schwer to understand for this inyan. That is the neshama datzilis. This is the Rebbe brings from the Maimei Yenosi. Agav, Mamish, Agav. The Rebbe says that the Friedrich Rebbe brings in the Maimei Yenosi, yeah, because there's a Marmokim in Tafshin Yud. So, just we know who wrote those Marmokims, yeah. The Rebbe is not quoting the Friedrich Rebbe. He's explaining now why, it basically being mefaneach the ha'ara of Tafshin Yud, so you should understand what now in Tafshin Chav Gimel the Tzelter roots what he meant over there. Yeah. The Rebbe said once, in Tafshin Yud Aleph, that the reason why was man zugelegt am Marmakim ist, als man gesehen, dass da Indien was nicht verstandig, was felt biur, so there's the Marmakim is over there in order to be mashal and biur. So this is a dogma for that. Was hat sich der Yam aufgetan. Good. One more nekuda, the Magid. As Shir Ashir. Der Yid singen mit allen Malachim. Und alle Nivro. So heißt es, there's the Shir, was through him becomes Shir in Harb. That's the word of the Magid. Because why? Because the Yid is Pnimi Yisrael. So I was introducing a new Yisrael. Not that the Yid is special, the way sometimes we describe Neshamas Yisrael. The Yid is the Pnimis of the world. And because he's the Pnimis of the world, so when he says something, the whole world comes with him. Yeah, al derech, sagt der Rebbe, machshava dibur u'maisa. So, in order to have, in the dibur, there should be chachma v'seichel, you need to have, nicht stam dibur, there has to be machshava, because the machshava is the pnimis of the dibur. Now, when the Rebbe said the Maimer, the Rebbe also changed the lashon, yeah? The Rebbe didn't say only chachma v'seichel, like the Maggid says. The Rebbe added the word tainuk, which is a fundamental thing. It's a shot that it's not in this hanocha, because it's not. I mean, I'm always though like dakas to kichunukim. Because a yisod though, which is the going to be very negaya for the hemshech and yom. As what the Rebbe is saying is, as when a yid zogt shira, so the malachim zogen nechet shira, and the world comes with. Al derech, that machshava is the pnimius of dibur, because the machshava is a keli for chachma v'seichel, and the Rebbe added time. So, was tut sich da? So let's come back to our nukud over here of being mamshech ein sof lamata din tachlis, and let's just summarize to make sure we're still on the same page. Getangeheben, mamshech sein ein sof lamata din tachlis means that there's going to be an expression of bligvul of the Eibishter in every place in the world. That's the nukuda of Ein Sof Lamata Din Tachlis. The Hainu, like this mashal, like a father tells his son, there's no place where you are and no inyan in you where I, the very I, is nishfar. So the Rebbe explained, this is nish stamazeh, says do is pashtus and stagil, and both of them are true. Both of them are negay. What's the Taj Gili? As this Ein Sof is not just going to come and penetrate the Nivra, he's going to permeate the Nivra. He's going to become the very Metzias of the Nivra. That's a Taj Gili. So we saw the way in Atzilus is Eini Pella, when in Biyah is a Pella. What's the dogma for it? Chais. The Pashtus. That's what I'm saying in Tafshin Yud. That's the Atam Chais Kulam. That's how the Hemshech and Yonim goes. So, the way we finished off before is that when the Friedrich Rebbe says Vatam Chayes Kulam, if we learn that the Hispashtos Vegili is Pshat in Tafshin Yud, so the Hemshech in Yonim, so the Chayes is the expression of Gili. And that, generally speaking, works. I mean, Biyachas to other things for sure, Chayes is more Pnimi, und Zaten sich ein vernetzen. But clearly over here, the Rebbe is saying much more than that. And we're disregarding Chayes. Because Kanal, we're learning Perik Yud Gimel Tzabazun Derezach, we're beferish not going to Perik Yud Dalet. Es ist da ein Inyan von Ein Sof Lamata den Tachlis, his pashtus, Vigili, and Chayes is not good enough. Why is Chayes not good enough? L'chore. Because Sof, what did we do in Chayes? We found how mitzad echad is the pnimis of the davar, ule'idoch it's an inyan atzmi. But bedakus, let's dissect. Let's take apart what's happening in Chayes. There's a part of him which is pnim. In other words, the hand is now alive and fresh because the Chayes hat im ganzen durchgenommen. Could I say the hand has bligvul? No. Atzmi is dov. The Chayes has to be dovuk. It's a tnu of bligvul. But he does. There's no bligvul right here in my hand. If not, the hand with plots. The hand is not a kli for bligvul better. How could I have as the tachten hot in sich ein sof? Yeah, in Beloshen Achsidis, when we say Einim is Aravi Moim, that's only Benegei Eir, not Benegei Chayes. We make that distinction clear. So Sof is Chayes. We don't want to be mistaken with it. I mean, if there wanted to be anything else, I think we would have been happy with it, because it has an inyan of Gil. But Gil name it like this: the part of Chayes which comes Pnimi, that's Taki Gili. But the bligvul shebei is here lamaroi sadavar. The bligvul shebei is not expressed in this. Al Kaponim, clearly the Rebbe does not want to be Mekabel Chayes. Vos yeh, the Aveda von Shamas Yisrael. A Yid brings into the world Ein Sof. Now what we're going to have to do is understand why a Yid is mitzad echad, gili, pnimi, or le'idach it's Ein Sof. So why is a Yid pnimi? Pashtus. The Yid is, first of all, a part of the Bri. Chelek alika, alles gut and fine. He is a Nivra, he's not bad. If someone would go and bow down to a Yid, it's called Avodah Zarah. He's Nivra, he's not bad. So, we have over here in this world, a piece of this world, which is a different kind of Nivra. Kommt von Machshaven, nicht von Dibur. He's a Lekus Shenasa Nivra. Aber ist geblieben Nivra. That's the Uftu of a Neshama. As the Eibush hat reingelegt a Sache in der Welt, which is a Leki, but it became the Metzias of the world. Now, it's nicht Stamme became the Metzias of the world. The Lashon over here is it became the Pnimius of the world. How did it become the Pnimius? So this is, the Rebbe doesn't say Taicho is clearly over here, but das is, I mean, was steht überall? That the Matore Sabri, Melachatchila is B'shul HaTeiru, B'shul Yisrael, and Mamele, he is the Pnimius of the world. The Chayes of the world, and the Kavana of the world. What is the world really is the Yid. So the Taich Neshamas Yisrael is not just he also exists in the world, he is the Pnimius of the world. And therefore, when a Yid sagt Shira to the Eibishter, singen mit allen Malachim. Everything follows that. Therefore, a Yid can mamshach sein Ein Sof in Welt. And it becomes the Metzias of the world. What's the problem? How is the Tzid Ein Sof? Maybe he was Ein Sof, but he was created. Today he's not Ein Sof. He's Neshamas de Biyah. So auf dem sagt man, es ist dann Neshamas da Atzilus. And Neshamas da Atzilus haben wir doch auch geredet, and this is Lechera, the whole Arichas, as in Atzilus is eine Pelle, Kelim da Atzilus, have Ein Sof. So if there's Neshamas da Atzilus, Atzilus could carry Ein Sof. And since Neshamas da Atzilus have Ein Sof, we have over here an Inyan of Ein Sof Mamish. Fine. I mean, I didn't answer the question. We have Neshamas de Biyah, which are Gilu, Neshamas da Atzilus, which is Ein Sof, but what's the connection? Zogt man, as the Neshama da Atzilus is the Chad Bedorah. He is the chayis pnimi of this neshama. You're right. Lulei v'loshen atani. So the Rosh Alpha Yisrael is the neshama ki neshama nicht. He was a neshama, but now he's biyah. How does the neshama de biyah remain davuk, kamoshul, the tziperin sheberegel, connected with the melech sheberosh ha'av, is through the melech shebeben. Meaning, the neshamas d'atzilis are not just a different kind of the neshama. They're the neshamas of the neshamas. So, in ein Wort, the nekuda over here that we're saying is azeh. Ein sof is mer lamata adin tachlis, how? Basi Legani, who he is ein sof, because it's atzilis, neshama d'atzilis. And because there are Yidden who are connected to him, he gives them chayis. So they bring this Ein Sof into the world. Because they are world. They're the pneumius of world. Let's just clarify. Let's go back to the Magid. Sedom Machshav, which is the Neshama. It's Neshama de Biyah. Neshama de Biyah trokt in sich Chochme v'Seichel, which is Atzilus, which is Keches HaNefesh. Und nicht stam Chochme v'Seichel. That wouldn't help me. We need Ein Sof. Tainuk, which is Ein Sof. Because the Neshamas da Biyah are connected to Neshamas da Atzilus, which is Chochme v'Seichel. Da Hainu was in Zeh liegt Ein Sof, which is Tainuk. We see, but I'll see this as yet Atik, Inyan of Tainuk is Inyan of Blikvul. Therefore, they carry a Blikvul in the Welt. Because they're the Pnimis of Welt. Und das ist auch die Nekude von der ganzen Maimer. So, where do we see Eretz Sof is mehr lamata adin tachlis? Poshet. So the Neshama d'Atzilus, so the Neshama is the Biyah, and the Neshama d'Atzilus is the Memutze between Ein Sof, bringing an Inyan of Ein Sof, of Blikvul, to Neshamas the Biyah, which becomes the Pnimis of Welt. It's the Gilu, it's his Welt alle. Now, once you have this Yisod, this runs through the whole mind. L'moshel, there's the whole arichis about klippe, coffee table. Yeah? So what sagt man? Klippe is coffee table. Pare Melech Mitzrayim is coffee table. Why? Because Yankiv wanted the bench. So what's the word? So first of all, we're talking about Yankiv. The weiter. So Doda Rebbe, who wanted to come and bring a bracha to Pare. Is the Rebbe Meisif two nekudas? The Mittler Rebbe is Meisif. What was Yankiv giving him? Eidena Elyon, Tainuk, Ein Sof. Because that's what we have to bavar. And the Tzemach Tzedek is Meisif. How did he want to give it to him? In a Eifen that's going to be L'Tevase. That it's going to be in a Eifen as he's going to become L'Tzeves Leze. The ganze Geder from Mitzrayim geht sein to in Yonam is going to be at L'Tevase, L'Tzeves Leze, to serve Yidden. So, once I have this Yisod, we want to be Mechaber Inyan from Blikvul into the Welt. Durch der Yankiv is verstandig why it's important to bring in the middle of the Rebbe as his Einig Elyon, Eiden Elyon, and it's important to understand why it becomes the Metzias of the world. The Lashon L'Tzeves is there was the Rebbe's Esav. In the Tzemach Tzedek. Now, it's very interesting, it's just to know how Basi Legani's work. Bichlal Basi Legani said, though every year the Rebbe stellt sich on one sif. But always the first sif in the Hanochis is always a sikkum of everything that happened till now. And the last sif is like a sikkum of the rest of the Hemshech. Yeah? Now, obviously, if you're writing a sikkum, that we don't have over here 12 parakim. It's taken out selected pieces. Certain pieces come into the sikkum, and every year it's different. Which nukudas of the Hemshech are going to come in? So it's clear, it's a letzach in Pashtus, that the nukudas that the Rebbe brought out are the nukudas that are going to be neged to the vort over here for this minor. Now there's one vort which the Rebbe repeats, sai in the beginning of the minor and sai at the end. This is like obviously very fundamental for what is this minor, what's Tavshach of Gimel, how we seeing the whole thing in Tavshin Yud. What's the vort? So da Eitzere Elyon, und so da Anshe Chai. But in order for the Eitzere Elyon to come to the Anshe Chai, you need the Pekidei HaChai. The Pekidei HaChai can't do the Arbit. Kol Inyonon is as the Anshe Chai understand. Le'idach, obviously the Anshe Chai, if why didn't the Melech give it to the Anshe Chai? Because the Anshe Chai has to come through Pekidei HaChai. This is mamish this word. Says do ein sof, the Eitzere Elyon, which is coming through the Pekidei HaChai of the Rebbe. That's the way the Rebbe always touched it, generally. Sometimes it was very rare the Rebbe said that the Melech is the Rebbe, but usually the Melech is the Eibush and the Pekidei HaChai is the Rebbe, and Anshe Chai is Chassidim. And this is the arbit of the Pekidei HaChai, the Neshamas, the Atzilis, to be mechaber, to be the Chad B'dara, to connect the Yidden, as in Zezel Leichten Ein Sof. Till now is mamish glatt. Just if one word, it's interesting. There are those which want to say now it's there is asach schreiben alle tun in them that everyone's familiar with the Baal Shem Tov, yeah? That you brought Elims, Neshamas, and Elikus. In Elims, Neshamas, and Elikus, there were two shittas. There's the Mikdash Melech and the Ramaz. Now, the Pashtus, the Hemshech Inyanim, it's felt neshes to bring the whole pilpul of the Machlekes, and what was the Inyan. We brought it for Iwe Garmei Chad, which has nothing to do with that. It's a vart which it says all over. So why did we need this whole pilpul of Elims, Neshamas, and Elikus? So Sedo Azelch was Willem Teinen. I don't know, I just heard it from the Mendel Cohen in California, but I heard that others are also saying the same thing. I think Gollum also wrote it. That there's the Mikdash Melech and the Ramas. The Pashtan of Gemina will come out, what are Neshamas? Is Neshamas Bria or is Neshamas Atzilus? Yeah? Is Elims Neshamas Alakus Atzilus Bria Tzira? Is Elims Neshamas Alakus in Sof Atzilus and Biyam? Now, if Gemina comes out on Neshamas Bria or on Neshamas Atzilus. So in other words, learning their Maim, and Bichlal, learning such a Maim is all a guessing game, trying to figure out how to put the pieces together. But it's very possible that what's happening over here is that the Rebbe is like setting the stage, that there are two kinds of Neshamas. And they are both true, they are both valid, in Shnei and Emes. Es ist richtig zu sagen, als was ist eine Neshama ist Bia, ist Bria. Und es ist richtig and it's important to understand that Neshama is Atzilus. And once I understand that these two things exist, then I can understand what's the plan. This is how Ein Sof comes Lamata. Okay, I can't work, I need the Anshe, I need the Pekidei HaChai. I need both of them. Now, V'aseh Shapeh, you said the word of it is obviously the Neshama is Atzilus. As the Neshama is an Atzilus to Gezach. That's we want to get to the Chad B'dar. He's the one, that's where the Ein Sof is. Aber we're not being shoydel the other word. We're saying, Sedot are zwei sorten Neshamas, and a Yid, through his Aveda in this world, he changes the world. Now, two more nukudas. Bichlal, in the Maimer, the Rebbe doesn't tie choice how the Yid brings down Ein Sof into the world. Shir HaShirim. Sehr nicht ausgetouched. In the first Sikha of the Fabrengen, Tashuk of Gimel, there's three Sikhas before the Maimer, and in many ways, we could look at that as Akdam for the Maimer. The Rebbe starts off the Fabrengen with a Yid brengt arop blikvul a inyan von Ein Sof in the Welt. That's the Aveda of a Yid. He lives in Zman, which is Gvul, and he could bring, the Lashon of the Rebbe is Nitzchias. Bring an inyan von Nitzchias into Zman. And that's what happens through Torah Mitzvahs. Pastors, everyone goes through an Avedic Sprach, every person could feel Bichlal, that the world is Arai, and it's Zmani. And when a Tuta Mitzvah bringt da rein an inyan von Nitzchias, because now this thing that he does, this is geworden over Nitzchi. So it's not just the way it's in the mind, as a Yid, by being in this world. He's connected with Ein Sof. The way we were taught it is, as a Rebbe, bringt rein Ein Sof, bringt rein Mesiras Nefesh, bringt rein Gilui from Pnimis HaTorah, whatever it is, which is the Eitzara Elyon, which is delivered to the Anshe Chai, was Tragen Ein Sof. Yeah? Nor the Yid tut Ein Sof in Welt. This is the Taka Ein Sof Lamata Mata Adin Tachlis. We're bringing Ein Sof into the world. I don't think it's a Davar Rachik to say that Sicha is mamish touching up. If this is the word of the Maimer, then it's Pasha saying it's saying that the bottom line, was will man da sagen, is mamish sein in Sof in Welt. Through doing a mitzvah. Und das ist kommen nach durch Neshama Yisrael. Kanal, but the Atmachai is kolom, alles gut und fein, it's not doing that. We don't have that the world carries Ein Sof. And then, the Rebbe continued, also before the Maimer, but Zare B'chaim. So, Hu B'chaim ve Zare B'chaim. Fragt the Rebbe, so Loshen Zare B'chaim, so Talmidov, Bonov. So Zare, the Loshen Zera is to plant a seed. How could you tell that the seed is alive, obviously, if there's growth? And Adam Zereh Kur Echad, not just to get back a core, nor that there should be a lot of produce. So the Rebbe teaches us, a Rebbe pflanzt ein Chsidim, that there should be a tefeach amanos la tefeach, that there should be a zari v'zera zari. And that's the raya that hu b'chaim. In what way is he alive? Where do you see his life? If you see as a nebdurt, as he was zereya zera. Which, again, the word over here is, as Sedar Rebbe, as Zach Sidim, Pkidei Chai, Sa'an Shechai, Vu is faran, is faran by the An Shechai. Where do you see that? In Sof. Was any Pelas is made in Kenem Datzidis. Where do you see that he's really Ein Sof? The only way to see that he's really Ein Sof is if it comes down in the Shams Debiyah. If they're connected to him. Yamut is a lebedik. For sure, if we're talking the Sprach of Chayis, that's a touch Chayis, that is Dovik. But even more than that, over here we're talking about coming and changing the world, that's a touch. Es darf sein nicht am Zera, no es darf sein a Zera von der Zera. And then you could see, as man hat gebracht Ein Sof in the Gedarim von der Welt, Lamata den Tachs.